What I'm about to have you do, in my opinion, is the easiest engagement tool for a facilitator with your attendees, but it's also often the one that I see most used without purpose. So I'm going to have everybody change their name on Zoom. I'm going to tell you what I want you to change it to. First, I have been in so many meetings where they thought it would be fun, but they didn't think about the purpose behind it. So I've been in meetings where they had us change our names to something like our ideal vacation spot, or our favorite animal, or our favorite food. What does that do? That does nothing to either the facilitator and attendee interaction, or even for building community. You could build that into a different game, but by itself, it doesn't stand on its own. So as an example, when everyone was in the middle of quarantine, I would have attendees change their name to include how many hours or days since they had last talked to a stranger face to face. To a stranger face to face. This gave me, as a facilitator, a ton of information about how much the attendees were craving interaction, how cooped up they felt, maybe some level of depression or anxiety. So I would see the majority, if the majority of the attendees were saying things like 3 days or more, or they couldn't even remember, I would start the session right away with 2 silly icebreakers, like maybe Simon Says. We can ease the tension and anxiety, and then I would put them straight into community building groups like we did last week before I would ever touch the content. So now today, I want you all to change your name to be your first name, last name, dash, how your friends would describe you in one word. So I'll use myself as an example here. First name, last name, and how your friends would describe you in one word. If you don't know how to change your name on Zoom, if you're on a laptop, you can take your mouse and hover over your own picture. You'll see 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. You will click on those and then go down to rename. If you're on a phone, you will click participants at the bottom. You scroll and find your own name in the list, and then you'd click the little arrow on the right-hand side, and then you would click rename and you'd change your name. We have kind, dedicated, creative, kind, driven, innovative, bubbly, 2 bubblies, and they're right next to each other on my screen. Laid back, funny, giving, caring, helpful, empathetic, responsible, giving, caring, comedian. I love it. So facilitator note, what's the purpose behind my specific focus during this session? Now, as a facilitator, I know who I can target for my live interactions. For example, if you say shy, I'm probably not going to call on you. If you say opinionated, you might be the first one I call in a debate or controversial question. If you say relator, I might pick on you to lead a team building activity. If we just had a serious discussion, I might call on the comedian to lighten it up a little bit. If you say organized, I might ask you to be a note taker for the meeting. And then I can also build this into all the other games as we go, and I can make observations. So I can sit there and talk about, you know, Lisa is an organizer. She's gonna be my note taker. She looks like she's already taking notes right there on the side. Even though I say I send out all the materials, she's like, I gotta write this down. So you can already see how you can then interact with the attendees just by just one word, right? The end result for this is that it does not matter what you have your change their names to. It doesn't matter what you have them add, but you really need to think about doing this with purpose. And then you need to think about how you're going to use that information, because otherwise, why are you having them do it?